Dee. I'm super excited to have you here this morning. We're going to talk about how you can up-level your life and how you can feel your very best and become your very best self. So let me go ahead and just jump right into my new tips and tricks that you can use to feel better. All right, here we go. So I'm Dr. Goggin. I'm a family doctor. I've been a family doctor for more than 20 years. And this has been a wonderful experience learning how to help people. But the way I help people now has shifted from the way it did when I first started to be a doctor. And I want to see if I can give you ideas about how you can let go of tension, decrease symptoms, and increase your energy. I know when I hit menopause, that was a big time for me. Everything kind of went ooh, right. And so that has something that I really would love to give you as a message. If you've suddenly lost energy, or if things have changed in your life so you are not feeling like awesome, let's see how we can get you feeling better. All right. So I've done a few things in my life. Right before I was a physician, I was a nurse. It's been really a life of trying to help people. And the most important thing that happened for me in all my career is getting sick. I say that often because I'm so thankful that it led me to search outside of the box. I feel like my conventional medical training has been extremely helpful, but when I got way sick, it wasn't helping. And so I had to look outside the box. I'm going to talk a little bit about a few outside of the box ideas that can help you. Back when I was feeling bad, I felt betrayed by my body. I felt crummy all over. I knew I was trying. In fact, I started into functional medicine as a way to get better, but functional medicine didn't help me all the way. It made me feel okay, but I want to feel great. I want you to feel great. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on YouTube, Facebook, so that you can feel great too. Let's both feel great, right? As we go through today, I'm going to teach you how to turn good genes on, how to turn bad genes off. And this is my message to you is how can we do those things easily without spending a lot of money, and make a big difference in the whole trajectory of your life. All right. So I want to bring this up because many people will ask me. I mean, I used to take a lot of ibuprofen for my cramps. I used to take a lot of ibuprofen for my ankle hurt. And now I do not do that anymore, basically because I understand that these have side effects. There can be problems with using medication to cover up our symptoms, because then we're losing that conversation with our body, because our body is trying to help us figure out what's going on and help us be able to heal, preferably without medications, naturally. And that's by tapping into how your body can heal itself. And that is what we're talking about. How can your body heal itself? Some of these things you guys already actually know, but I might be talking a little bit about the new medicine as opposed to the old medicine. The old medicine was you go and get a drug and it makes you feel better, right? The old medicine was you're stuck with what you got, and it's all downhill from here, right? You got to get that surgery. And I'm here to tell you that it's just not true. Okay? The new medicine really is our choices, habits, thoughts, exposures, our actions. These change which genes are being expressed. And so, like I mentioned, some of the things that I'm going to tell you, you may be familiar with, such as exercise will turn on good genes. It will turn on younger genes. Sleep. If you get good sleep, you will have a reduction in pain. If you get good sleep, you will have an improvement in your immune system. And so sometimes people are thinking, well, I don't get good sleep. How can I get good sleep? So these are the kind of hacks I want to teach you, ways that you can increase your energy, get better sleep, so that you can turn on those good genes. Of course, nutrition is very important. And I believe that people need to learn about what good nutrition is and then gradually implement. I think it's hard for people to just jump right into an amazing, pristine diet. And in fact, I feel like it's very important for us to have those moments of pleasure. And so I like the 80-20 rule in terms of nutrition. Most of the time you're eating very clean, healthy, and then save your treats. And in order to get the energy you need, you're going to need to nourish yourself. We're going to talk about ways you can shortcut past that so that while you're getting a better diet going, you can get more energy in the moment. Of course, stress reduction. It's so important. Y'all know this, but how many of us are able to take the time to breathe? Taking that time to breathe is going to make you more successful in all the different areas of your life. And so I encourage you to look into where you can have those moments to take the time to breathe. We're going to talk about shortcuts now. This one is cold exposure in the shower. Turn that shower to cool for a few minutes. My grandma, who died at age 92, used to tell us, girls, just turn your shower cold. Well, she was way ahead of her time. How little did we know at that point that improves your energy production, your mitochondria, which are your energy producers in your cells. So these are a few tips. But how do those choices actually change things in our body? It's something called epigenetics, which you don't have to remember that. But basically, your DNA, you and I know, it's kind of set. That doesn't change. But what genes are being turned on and off, that changes. And the way it changes is by the things that are attached to our DNA, like methyl groups, acetyl groups. When they're on or off, that determines what's going to be expressed. And that's how all those habits are going to turn on good genes. There are easier ways to turn on good genes. And one of them is to increase your energy, and you're going to start to be able to change the instructions. That's what we're talking about, how you can increase energy, change instructions in a novel way that maybe you've heard of, maybe not. But in order to get the best results, you need to lower inflammation. You need plenty of raw materials, the ability to create new tissues, and you need energy balance. That's the crux of it. As we get older, we have a less capability to renew. There's kinds of cells in our body that are differentiated. That is, they've been made into muscle cells, bone cells, skin cells. And there are cells that are choose your own adventure cells, universal cells that can help you fix it. Fix-it cells. I like to think of them in that way. Is there any way that we can turn on those fix-it cells? And I'm going to give you a trick that can, and that is light. Let there be light. So light can do a lot of things in the body. We're seeing so much research coming out about how light can change protein expression, the availability of raw materials, inflammation, tissue energy. And I'm going to talk about the easiest way. Of course, we're looking at the research. When someone first started to talk to me about light making a difference in somebody's life, like in their health, I'm like, well, yeah, I feel good when I go outside. I didn't understand that actually chemical changes are taking place when we put light on the body, and different kinds of light can do different things. So does everybody have to go out and buy a big old expensive kind of light that you might have in the dermatologist or the chiropractor's office? Fortunately, no. And that is part of what I want to bring you today. And this is light-based biotech that can optimize energy flow, turn on the universal cells, help you start to heal, help you feel good by tapping into the body's wisdom. Your body has the ability to heal itself, especially if you're making those great choices. And let's see if we can get your energy up a little bit so it's even easier to make the choices. So the big question is, have you been patched yet? This is the technology that a patient brought me. I was in my doctor's office, taking a history, and they're like, hey, I want to show you something, because we had been working on something that was bothering them a long time. And they're like, this sticker made that go away. And I was intrigued. And then they said, oh, it's a phototherapy sticker. And of course, you kind of look at the sticker and you go, where's the light? Right? There's no light there. I'm going to tell you how it works. But I was intrigued because at that time I was having similar symptoms. I was like, golly, I didn't talk about those to my patient, but I'm like, well, I wasn't feeling so great either. And so I'm like, I'll give it a try. Could it hurt? Well, and in fact, in a few days, I noticed a significant difference in what was going on with my ankle that was keeping me from jogging. And I thought, oh my gosh, I think I could actually jog. At that point, I was not able to exercise. And then I heard about this other flavor of patch, which is called the X39, that really boosts your energy, really helps reduce those things that are going on, and can help with turning on a little bit of that universal cell activity in the body. And at that point, I was like, wow, this is interesting. I'm going to give it a longer try. I made a commitment that I was going to try it for a while because I needed something different. I needed to feel better. And if you need to feel better, if something is keeping you from your full potential, this might be worth looking at. So have you been patched yet? And how can you be patched? And how does it work? Oh my gosh, you know there's not a light there, right? So you and I, we're beings of light. We put out a little bit of light. And when you place the patch on your skin, it interacts with the light from your body. And that's how it starts to change things that are happening in the body, improving energy flow. And I love to show this slide because this helps us understand that it is not a placebo effect. There are no placebo effects in horses. So this is a horse that wore an anti-inflammatory patch for 6 months. And you see the changes in his coat. You see the changes in his heat map or thermography. And no one can say that that horse had a placebo effect. This is the guy that made it all happen, David Schmidt. I honor him. I'm so appreciative that he was able to be inspired. Really what he wanted to do, I think when he was young, was to try and cure cancer. And he knew he was going to be an inventor. And now he's made multiple products that help people's health. And the company really is interested in healing the world. So there are many humanitarian efforts from the company. So it makes me feel good to be a part of the LifeWave family. It's a very positive bunch, and it's all because of this guy's amazing efforts and his super smarts. So when I don't feel good, what do? I actually reach for a patch. As I said, there's multiple flavors of patches, not really flavors, but they do different things in the body. But the primary patch that does the most work is the X39. And the X39 is something I will not go out without. When I start my day, that is what I do. I put on an X39 patch because it does so many different things. We see increased energy, strength, stamina, optimized physical fitness, sports performance gets better, and really people's overall health begins to show this beautiful improvement. And that it complements whatever I'm having my clients do. And so that's the reason that I would suggest this to people who aren't feeling good and need a little bit of a jump start. I want to show you a few pictures of what I call the LifeWave Glow. These people are not putting products on their face. That's the first thing I want to say. They are putting a sticker on the back of their neck for 12 hours on and then 12 hours off. So when you see these kind of changes in somebody's appearance, what you understand as a physician, what I understand is the inflammation is different in their body. They're turning on different genes, whatever they're doing, when they look this different, and this is generally over several months of use. This is 1 year of use. And I love seeing the LifeWave Glow on people. This was also fascinating. Someone with an angiogram, a bruise, that the doc said would take 3 to 4 weeks to improve. Day 3 and then day 5, it's fully cleared. Here is a scar that was present a year after surgery, and they decided to put an X39 patch on for a month. And after 1 month, what we see is a dramatic improvement in that scar. So you never know what's going to happen. We do not make any medical claims. We don't cure or treat any diseases. What these patches do is they improve the energy flow of various types in the body that leads to the body waking up its own healing. So the body's doing the work. The patches are just facilitating your body to do what it already knows how to do. And you never know what kind of result you'll get. This person, heaven knows, they were happy with what happened in their body when they put the patch on and used it for that's a month, 6 weeks. These are available all over the world, so you don't have to wait for the patches to come from the United States. They are available in lots of different countries with materials in many different languages. So if you have a friend in Japan, in Korea, in Thailand, in France, in Germany, we can get them patches that are coming from the area near them, so they don't have to wait a long time to receive them. The patches are truly unique. And I put the purple cow up there because that's truly unique. And the fact is there's nothing else like them. They're patented. They're based on research, clinical studies, both from independent researchers, LifeWave, and universities that are not associated with LifeWave. And I appreciate that as a functional medicine physician and a family doctor, because I want to give people things that are based in science. Now, does everybody get this science? Well, we were not taught it in medical school. We were, even if you graduated 10 years ago, they probably at that point were not talking about photobiomodulation, which is what this is. Now, you look in the research and you can see that this is a thing. This is a real thing that can change people's lives. And I love it that this is also an opportunity for people. Get with the person that asked you to watch this presentation, because this is a true opportunity. If you want to help heal people, if you'd like to make a little extra money, it's an amazing, positive company. As I mentioned, the humanitarian efforts are profound, and it's easy to do. We try and make it simple. Part of what's happened is the growth has just exploded. This is a company that's both in momentum and is well established. Next year is the 20th anniversary. How do you get it? How much does it cost? Retail cost is $5 a day, which is less than a price of Starbucks coffee. I do not suggest you pay retail price, because you can pay the wholesale price by either being a preferred customer or being a brand partner. And we would love to help you explore those possibilities and see how this can help you. I mentioned that I committed, when I found the patch, to using it for a while, because I realized that the idea here is we're stimulating healing. So I do suggest people give it a 3-month try to see what can happen, and make sure you track your healing. If you don't, most people I talk to, they don't know how they felt last week. They can't remember if they had that headache, if they had that foot hurting, or if they had energy. So you really need to track in order to see gradual change. And whoever has shared this with you also has a tracker that we can suggest that you use when you start to use the patches. So the time really is now. It's exciting. I feel honored that the universe put this in my lap, and that a patient was able to come and say to me, hey, I was using this, and it also has changed so many people's lives that I know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that presentation. I'm going to say bye to my streamers, and I'm going to stay in the Zoom room with you guys to answer your questions. All right. So bye, streamers. You guys have an awesome day. And if you're on my YouTube channel, you can click that link below. It'll tell you where you can both get patches. Reach out to me if you want to learn how to do the business. I'm happy to help you. All right. Have a great day.